Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. We are from Group 1 from subject Leadership and Management. Would like to share with all of you guys about my interview. Today, I would like to summarize the interview session with Associate Professor Dr. Noor Azizi bin Ismail, an academic extensive experience in the field of education and currently serves as a senior lecturer at University Science Islam Malaysia (USIM). Dr. Noor Azizi began his university education at Al-Azhar University, Egypt. He then continued his studies by taking a diploma in education at the International Islamic University of Malaysia (UIA). After completing his diploma, he continued his studies to the master and PhD level at the University of Malaya with a total period of study of 19 years old from 1987 to 2006. In his career, Dr. Noor Azizi started as a school teacher in 1992. He was then promoted to headmaster in 1999 and had that position for 7 years until 2006. In 2007, he was appointed as a senior lecturer at USIM and is still serving there until now. For the second question, I asked Dr. Azizi how he divides his time between work and family matters. He explained that he takes care of family matters outside of work hours and focus on work matters during work hours. Dr. Noor Azizi also stated that the most challenging career for him is being a school principal. He mentioned that the job as a principal is very challenging, especially in terms of management and finance.
What is the goal he wants as a teacher? According to Dr. Aziz, is to want to be the most successful teacher, and if you become a principal, you also want to be the most successful principal. In my opinion, what Dr. Aziz said is very accurate and true, because when we are in a certain field of work, we must success in that field. As we know, in this field of education, especially in school, there are many committees. So if you hold a position or just become an ordinary teacher, we must succeed in order to be an example to others. The other question is, what are the principles to be a successful leader? According to Dr. Aziz, he has principles that differ from others. And one of the principles is to work hard, and the second is to work for God. He said that if you want to do something, do it earnestly and do it for the sake of God. In my opinion, teachers should work hard and give full commitment to the teaching task. This includes careful preparation before teaching, use the effective teaching methods, and ensuring that students understand what is being taught. And the teacher also needs to strive to be fair and equitable so that what is taught is understood by every student. Besides, it is about working for God. Teachers who work because of God will teach with sincere intention. They see teaching as a form of worship and a responsibility that needs to be carried out as best as possible, specifically to the teachers who teach Islamic education subjects. They deliver lessons that are in line with Islamic value, encourage students to practice good manners and behavior in their daily life.
Next, my question is, what is an example of leadership that Dr. practice in an organization? Okay, first of all, leaders exist at every level to provide guidance, motivation, direction, and inspire confidence among their subordinates. Based on my interview with Dr. Azizi, in theory, there are 3 types of leadership, namely, first is democratic. It means all policies are based on group discussion and decision. Encouraged also assist by leaders and members are free to work with anyone. Second is autocratic. That means all policy determination is by the leaders. Leaders usually define the specific work tasks and work partners of each member. and third is laissez-faire. It means members complete freedom to make group or individual decision without any leader participation. From this, Dr. Azizi has chosen to lead with a democratic style, which is number one. It means there is freedom, but there are also restrictions in working. In my opinion, I support this way because the democratic leadership styles combine the best of both aspects. It provides the necessary structure to avoid chaos while encouraging involvement and creativity. Although each leadership style has its own advantages, democratic tends to be more effective in long term because it fosters strong principle of cooperation, trust, and commitment among group members. In conclusion, the leadership style practiced by the leader must be appropriate with a certain situation. Effective and efficient organizational leadership can contribute to the success of the organization in achieving the desired goal.
Next, the question asked to Doctor is how important is effective communication in an organization? Dr. Azizi said, effective communication within an organization is very important because it serves as the foundation for the execution of all activities and instructions. Strategies to achieve effective communication within an organization include ensuring there are no gaps and or barriers in communication. Management should communicate directly and openly with their staff, whether through face-to-face conversations, message via application like WhatsApp, or other methods that are easily understood by everyone. Instructions from the boss to subordinates must be clear and free from any confusion. Unclear communication can lead to misunderstandings and incorrect actions, which will subsequently affect the productivity and performance of the organization. Therefore, good and effective communication between management and staff is key to the success of organization. For my own opinion, that can be implemented is ensuring that every message and instructions is written clearly and accurately. This includes messages in applications like WhatsApp, Telegram, and so on, which should be concise but packed with the necessary information so that the recipient can easily understand. Management should also always be open to discussions and provide further explanations if there is any confusion. Overall, clear and direct communication is very important to avoid misunderstandings and ensure that all staff understand the task and instruction given. This will help the organization achieve its objectives more effectively and efficiently.
Question is, what are the main principles that professor hold in forming positive organizational cultures in an educational institution? The first one is he needs to be a positive person. No matter he has to hold secondary schools or primary schools or at the university level, the boss needs to be a positive person. Otherwise, it will be a problem for the organization. The second one is we need to trust each other. At the same time, he needs to monitor the activities carried out by the staff so that he's not too liberating or he cannot be too tight-lipped. The simple meaning is that they are given freedom to do certain things, but they cannot make some decision without the knowledge from him. The third one is the atmosphere or the environment of the school or at the university should be attractive, especially in the classroom, in the teacher's room or lecturer's room, or at the office. So, in my opinion, for those answers that Dr. Azizi gave to me, it's so perfect for me because the leader or the professor in the organization, he has to be professional and he has to be a positive person to make sure his work is complete. And second one is he has to trust or believe his own staff because he is working with them for the daily day. And lastly is he has to make sure that the environment for the schools or at the university should be more attractive to make the students and the workers at there feel comfortable to study and for working.
After that, the next question is, what step does a superior take when a subordinate whom they are responsible for is having issues? So, for the answer, initially the person superior should give me individual a call and have a heart-to-heart conversation. Generally, a superior should get in touch to discuss a problem if someone under him has one. Next, find out from the person what issue they are having and how quickly they need it resolved. Following that, we must wait and see whether the person has changed. The person need to have a second or third conversation with the superior if nothing changes. If nothing changes, the person must receive a warning letter from their superiors. For an organization to use the warning letter as proof, it must be documented in this file. So, in my opinion, it is important to create an initial communication to identify the problem at hand. It is important to have an honest discussion. By making an effort to connect, superiors show that they care about the welfare of their subordinates. This provides a constructive environment to work together to solve problems. However, it is important that these informal discussions are also structured to cover specific issues and possible responses. After that, as educators in the future, we need to identify the problem faced by students. For example, identify clearly what the issue is and how it needs to be solved immediately. This helps in setting realistic expectations and timelines for improvement. This can also help solve problems faced by students.
The next question is, how Dr. Azizi as a superior appreciate the good subordinate in organization? Firstly, one of the ways to appreciate good subordinate is to say thank you to them. It's one of the easiest ways and has a big impact on them in improving their career as an educator. Secondly, superior also need to praise subordinates who have managed to give full commitment in their career. Sinkers and specific praise can increase their motivation to become better educator. Finally, providing support and development opportunities to subordinates. Providing active support to subordinates to face challenges and offering development opportunities is another way to appreciate their service. For example, providing additional training, mentorship, or professional development to subordinates. By providing these opportunities, subordinates feel recognized and encouraged to continue learning and growth. The last question is, what advice Dr. Azizi can give us as a future educator? Number one, as a future educator, shaping the future of students is a big responsibility. Educators need to recognize and appreciate their own role because it involves not only the delivery of knowledge but also the physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual formation of students in line with the Malaysian philosophy of education. Second, an educator must be content and love his job as a teacher. Love and satisfaction with work is the main key in achieving satisfaction and happiness in career. Content help individuals face challenges in their career more calmly and positively. By loving work, we will be more enthusiastic and sinkers in education students. The world of education is always involved with the time. So it is very important for an educator to continue to learn and develop himself by keeping up with the latest development in the field of education. For example, attending courses and seminars, and always being open to improving teaching methods so that we can keep up with the changing time full of the challenges. New education technology and methodology can provide great benefit to students if applied correctly. Finally, educators must take care on emotional and physical well-being. A happy and balanced educator will be able to provide more effective teaching and build better relationship with students.